Good evening, everyone. Let's see who can join us to talk about absentee voting. I really need a haircut, but I'm staying home to save lives. Oh, there's Tanya. You there, Tanya?
Hi.
Hey, how are you, Soror?
Good. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I was going to see if a few more people were up. I don't know what people do on Thursday evenings, but just to see. Oh, there's Soror Nicole. But tonight we are talking about absentee voting. And so we have a guinea pig with us.
Really a guinea pig.
Yes, who is not as active on IG, but will be after today because it's awesome. But there were I just been looking. I asked the Newport News Registrar's office the other day, like how many absentee ballots had been requested, because I think we had like something like 10,000 people vote in 2018. Don't quote me on that, but it was less than 20,000. And this year we have only had about 3,200 requests for absentee ballots, and only 1,500 of those have been returned. That means that's a significant number of people that still would be having to show up to the polling place on May 19th. And y'all, if you could do it, it's free. Just stay home. Stay home. So, Tanya has requested her absentee ballot and has received it. So we just wanted to walk through and show you how absolutely easy it is to vote using the ballot. So, Tanya, can you show us what you got in the envelope when it came to you?
Okay, so envelope came like this. And inside there's the closed ballot. That's sealed, rather.
And we're going to keep that sealed until you're in front of your witness. And Tanya is in front of her witness. But if you get this in the mail, do not open your ballot until you're in front of your witness. You may have heard on the news that you don't need a witness. That is true, but not until June 23rd. For the May 19th elections in Newport News and Hampton, you still have to have a witness. So the ballot envelope.
All right, and then instructions,
Perfect.
front and back. There's also envelope for sitting back.
Yep.
And this one.
Then the return one to go
Envelope.
back. Okay, cool. And did you get a voting
Yep.
sticker in there?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. So you got all of the pieces. So the first thing you want to do if you are looking at your absentee ballot is to read the instructions. We're going to walk through this, but it does talk about the instructions, and basically it tells you like don't open your ballot until you're in front of your witness. It also tells you like don't commit felonies, important things that you need in order to be successful in life. But now we're going to go on and have Tanya open up the envelope that contains the ballot. And what city are you in, Tanya?
Newport News.
Yes.
All right.
And Newport News is split into 3 districts. So you either live in the north, central, or south. Which do you live in, Tanya?
Central.
Nice. Okay. So depending upon where you live, that's what you're going to have different people on your ballot. So for Tanya, she has the central ballot, which has the candidates on it. You want to make sure that you look up all of the candidates to make sure you know who meshes with your philosophies or is going to drive your city the way that you want it to go. And so we are going to let her do her thing in private. And you do not have to show your witness the ballot. They just have to witness you doing it. It's still a secret ballot. And then once Tanya fills it out, she's going to fold it back up and put the ballot into that envelope B. And then that's when the witness comes into play. So for Newport News, you guys are going to be voting on city council and school board. And you only choose one one for city council, one for school board, based on whether or not you live in North, Central, or South. Hampton, you all, it's a little different. You all have one choice for mayor, but then you have multiple choices for city council and school board. So you want to read your ballot completely, and you can vote up to the number that they give you there. So it's a little bit different in Hampton because you guys don't have districts. Everybody runs citywide. So is your ballot back in the envelope B?
Yes.
Perfect. So it's going to now ask you to fill it out. So you give your full name. And guys, on this ballot, envelope B is also asking you for your address. Now, if you are getting this absentee ballot for being out of town, say for instance, I know a lot of folks that went away to take care of loved ones during the pandemic. So they're registered to vote in Newport News, but they got the ballot sent to them in, New York or Florida. You want to fill this out with your actual address of your registration. So if you're living in Newport News and you got it sent to your home, it's your regular home address. But if you got the ballot sent to you somewhere else, you want to make sure that you fill it out with the registered address. And then this is when Tanya is going to then sign it and give it to her witness to sign. Hey, Al. And so your witness does not have to be able to vote in the area. Your witness doesn't even have to be a resident of Virginia because, like I said, you might be in New York, but a Virginia voter. And so that would be whoever you could get to. Now, again, I want to remind you all, you've been hearing in the news that the court said you don't have to have a signature, but that is not until the June election. For the May election, and actually, even if you're in Northern Virginia and your May election got sent to June, that still needs a witness. It is not until the federal level primaries that the witness signature has been waived. So Tanya just got her signature by her witness. And then now she is going to put the envelope, well, double check it just to make sure, because if you do have any incomplete information, it could invalidate your ballot.
Okay.
You want to make sure your full name and your address and everything's correct, that you signed it, dated it, and that they signed it.
Okay.
And so then you want to put that envelope into the return envelope that is already pre-addressed to go to your own registrar for where you are registered. And so there has been, Tanya, some conversation about whether or not you need a stamp. If you go on the USPS.com website, it says that none of their workers are to do anything. Basically, it doesn't say don't use a stamp, but it says if you don't use a stamp, we'll still deliver it. But I asked a couple of postal workers locally if they knew about that, and they didn't. So here's my take on it. If you can afford a stamp, or if you can get to a stamp safely, I would go on and put it on there just to make sure that it gets there, because your vote is that important. But there is guidance on the USPS, United States Postal Service website, that says that they will deliver it if there is no stamp. So it's up to you. But your ballot is now, your ballot is now ready to be mailed. And so how easy was that?
Very easy.
Okay, cool. And so why was it important for you to vote in this election?
Well, I definitely want to have my voice heard. I have a 13-year-old, and so the school board and someone representing my interests is very important. So I always vote. My parents have always voted and emphasize the importance of making your voices heard. So I follow suit.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for being the guinea pig tonight. And I see a question. It says the witness can be 18 or older. Yes, the witness does have to be 18 because any legal signature has to be someone that's 18 or older. Also, if you have not requested your ballot, we're going to do walking through the request tomorrow with another friend of mine, but you have until May 12th at 4:59 p.m. to request it. And then Tanya, now that you have finished yours, you don't want to sit it down on the kitchen table and just have it sitting there. You want to go on and mail it as soon as possible, because it does have to reach the registrar by 7 p.m. on Election Day, May 19th, just as if you went to the polls.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tanya. And thank you all for watching. Want to make sure that everybody knows that they can get an absentee ballot, whether they are sick or not, in order to be able to stay home for the May 19th election. We'll be sure to put some links in the caption. Thank you again, Tanya.
Thanks, Marcia.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.